Hello, this is Tulsi Patel and Maria Garofoli from the University of Connecticut here to give a presentation on membrane-based desalination technologies. This presentation is based off an AICHE paper, Treatment of Reverse Osmosis Concentrate to Improve Overall Recovery, the Effect of Prior Anti-Scale Oxidation on Particle Characteristics and the Extent of Precipitation. The authors are listed below. Here's an overview of our presentation. First, we're going to talk about drinkable water. What is considered to be drinkable, and what kind of local and national standards are set for potability. Next, we will talk about two different water purification systems that can be used for the desalination of water. These consist of reverse osmosis and electrodialysis. Lastly, we'll discuss a system called HEEPM, High Efficiency Electropressure Membrane, which collaborates the two techniques of desalination. So, what is drinkable water? It is water that is suitable for human consumption. Basically, it is clean and uncontaminated. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, there are standards for 90 different contaminants. These contaminants include microorganisms, disinfectants, disinfection byproducts, inorganic chemicals, organic chemicals, and radionuclide. Exceeding the maximum level of these contaminants requires some sort of treatment. So, what techniques can be used to achieve these standards? The first technique we will discuss is reverse osmosis. It is a process of forcing a solvent from a region of high solute concentration through a semi-permeable membrane to a region of low solute concentration. It is done by applying a pressure higher than the osmotic pressure. This is shown in the picture below. The idea of reverse osmosis is simple, but the system itself is more complex. In the table, various contaminants removed by a household RO are listed. Some key contaminants include arsenic, nitrate, asbestos, etc. The diagram on the right includes the whole RO system. First, the feed water is pushed through the sediment and activated carbon pre-filters. These pre-filters help extend the life of the system by removing silt and other large particles that may be harmful to the RO membrane. It is then transferred into the RO membrane via pump. Choosing a membrane is vital because it must satisfy the conditions explained further in the next slide. The post-filters are mainly used to remove any taste and odor compounds that are not removed by the RO process. The factors of recovery rate include membrane type and condition, operation condition, including flow control and pressure, and of course feed water quality, the contaminant concentration, pressure, and pH. The percent recovery is calculated by dividing the volume of treated water produced over a total volume of feed water times 100. In most household RO systems, it is designed with a 20 to 30% recovery rate. This is not very efficient.
Electrodialysis, or ED, is the process of moving ions through an ion-permeable membrane while under the influence of an electrical field. The picture shown here shows a general overview of an ED unit. The diluate, or feed compartment, on the left holds the original solution needed to be purified. The concentrate, or brine compartment, on the right holds the leftover ionic contaminants. ED uses two types of ion-permeable membranes, which are cation and anion exchange membranes. The ion-permeable membranes are composed of polymer chains. For a cation exchange membrane, there are negatively charged groups attached to the polymer chains. This allows the passage of positively charged cations through the membrane. Anion exchange membranes have positively charged groups attached, attracting negatively charged anions and allowing them to pass through. In the picture below, you can see the alternation of the blue cation and the green anion exchange membranes. A negatively charged cathode and positively charged anode serve as boundaries for the membrane. You can also see that the ions coming from the feed stream on the bottom are separated by bouncing off the respected ED cells. ED has its limitations and advantages. Fouling of the membrane can occur. This is when too many species coat the membrane, lowering the ED system's efficiency. Another limitation is that an ED system can remove only lightweight ionic compounds. Also, low-concentrated feed solutions do not filter well with an ED system. Advantages are that an ED system has a higher feed recovery than a reverse osmosis system. There is also no need for extra chemicals, just an electric current to run the process. This system works very well with high concentrations. Reverse osmosis and electrodialysis individually are efficient to a certain extent. Can these two systems be combined to increase efficiency? An engineering company, EET Corp., utilized both reverse osmosis and electrodialysis to create an efficient system. This system is called HEEPM, or High Efficiency Electropressure Membrane System. They claim 99% recovery rate, which is overwhelmingly higher compared to individual efficiencies. They also claim low fouling of membranes and low power consumption. Their system can be used for many applications, including the desalination of water. How does HEEPM work? HEEPM uses traditional ED systems in combination with RO systems. This picture here shows an overview of the flow of the system. Raw feed water is pushed into a pre-treatment tank, filtered, and then pushed into the HEEPM unit. Here, it passes first through an ED unit using the company's special HEED, or High Efficiency Electrodialysis membrane, and then through an RO system. Here are a list of sources that we use for our project. We hope you learned something from our presentation. Thank you for listening. Are there any questions?